Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Rob and I've just come back off my holidays and bought one of these and thought it was so amazing. I thought I'd do a video about it. I'm not sponsored by these people at all, but it's so good. I thought I'd share this with you and just talk about a few of the little features of it and why it's so good. This is a mask for snorkeling, not scuba diving, just snorkeling. And there are several things. If you go on the website, you can find out all about it. But I'm just going to talk about my experience and why I thought it was good. And you can look on the website and find out all that blurb. Anyway, this is called a Easybreath, and you buy it from Decathlon. I'm not sure if you can get it anywhere else. Decathlon's a French outlet store, but they're in the UK and I'm sure they're in a few other countries, but you can just get them off the internet. It's called the Easybreath, and there's been a few sort of reincarnations. They've been developing this for like 7 years or so. So I think they've kind of improving it year on year. We looked at this about a year or so ago, and a friend of mine tried it a few weeks before we went on a holiday and said it was how awesome it was. We went to a store to go and get something else actually, and spotted one of these as an offer as you walk through the door, and thought, well, why not, we'll give it a go. So this is the large size, and we also bought two of the smaller sizes. There's like the small medium, this is medium large. The small medium my wife was going to use as well, so her face is slightly smaller than mine, and we tried it with the kids. Now it says for on the label when you get it, it says from ages 10 and up, although I've got an 8 and a 9-year-old, and it fits on their face absolutely fine. But it depends on that the face shape and how sort of large their sort of head's grown to that age. So and they thought it was absolutely brilliant. We've tried them with snorkeling masks. We've been snorkeling with them for they probably first started snorkeling about 3 or 4 years ago, and kind of liked it. But it's always been a bit of a problem with if you've done snorkeling of it fogging up, and you have to put the washing up liquid in there as well. But then that gets washed out, and then sometimes it leaks a little bit, and you're getting up and emptying all that. Anyway, this gets rid of all that. I went out with this twice, and it was absolutely brilliant. It didn't have any fogging up whatsoever. Saying that, if it did a little fog up a little bit, it just instantly cleared. Now, the way this is kind of set up, you've got this nose piece here that sits over your nose, and you can breathe through your nose as well as your mouth. Now, that can be a bit of a big deal for some people. My mother-in-law, she can't snorkel because she has a problem with not sort of breathing through her nose. She just finds it really difficult. In some people that is a real problem. So this just totally sorts that out, because you can breathe through your mouth or as well as your nose. And because you've got this sort of shroud here where that goes over your nose, almost all the air that you're sort of breathing in and out, all that moisture, it goes directly down into this, up through some side channels, and then up through the top and the bottom here. I think this has got like an inlet and an outlet on there. So what that also does is when you breathe, you can kind of feel like a bit of a breeze on your face, and that clears any sort of moisture that's in there and gets rid of it instantly. The vision on this is absolutely fantastic. You just kind of feel like you're normally looking around. It doesn't feel like you're in a little sort of pair of glasses trying to look through a porthole. It really opens up your vision in here, so it lets in lots of light. The breathing on this I found to be not a problem. It's probably a bit akin to if you've ever done scuba diving. You've got that regulator where you kind of have to force a little bit of a breath to get the breathing in and out, and the reason for that is because this has a little valve on the top of it. I didn't find it a problem, and I actually did a bit of fast swimming with it. I did about ½ kilometre of fast swimming and found that it didn't restrict my breath enough that I was fighting for my breath, although you could feel there was a little bit of resistance in there because of this ball. But the benefits of that is fantastic. It doesn't allow any water to come down into there whatsoever. That just sits on the top there and clicks in nice and tight. I'll try not to wrap myself around the microphone there. That pops in nice and tight. It's central on the side, so it's not coming off the side there, and you swim along like that with that sticking up, and any water cannot go down inside, so you can dive down, instantly come back in. You don't have to blow the water out. So if you're right on the last breath and you've got nothing to blow that out again. You don't have to worry about that. Any waves coming over the top, you don't worry about that. The kids and I were having a great time. We were just like surfing in, like body surfing on the waves with this, which you could do. And it did, you know, they gave them loads of confidence because they didn't get any water going in the top, whereas normally it kind of freak them out a little bit. You know, they've got a mouthful of water, they suddenly breathe in a bit of shock, and then it's all, you know, it's kind of all over, and they get a bit freaked out by it. So that totally sorts that problem out. My wife didn't like the sensation of it that much. She said she found it a little bit restrictive. She used to be extremely asthmatic, so she gets a bit panicky when she's struggling for breath. So with that little bit of extra resistance, she wasn't overly keen, although she did like all the other features about the fact that this didn't fog up, and the fact that it's you know, the vision on it is so good. So that was a little bit of a negative point on there, that you've got that resistance, but it wasn't a problem for me. It seemed to be that it was easier with the larger mask than the smaller mask. That's possibly due to the fact that there's more air volume in there for you to breathe. So maybe that, you know, maybe that sort of helps. We had two of the smaller masks, and we tried both of them just in case one of them was like a little bit faulty, but it seemed to be the same. I tried them on and thought that it did seem to be fairly similar to the large mask, but there we go. If any water does kind of get in, I've had a few times where the water came in through the top when I was really diving through some waves, and it seemed to just stream down the face there, drops to the bottom, and just gets blown out the bottom. So you like with the normal mask, you know, you get a little bit of water in there, and you've got to come back up to the surface, you have to empty it back out again. It can be a real pain, but this just seems to empty out by itself, so it's absolutely brilliant. The designers of this, yeah, they need to win some awards because they've done a really good job. So as I said, I'm not sponsored by these people whatsoever, but I thought it was that good. I want to do a video just to say how good it is. If you're thinking of going and doing some snorkeling, you got to try one of these. If you can try one before buying it, if you want to do that, then do so. But I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure if you tried it, you definitely want to keep it. I can't really think of anything else to say about it, really. I said, yeah, the water, you know, the seal on the face is good. If it's nice and comfortable, you've got these straps you can tighten it up here with. One thing I will say, the only negative I kind of thought of this was this, the way that it attaches on here. It's got like a little clip, and it's quite tough to get your fingers on there and open it up to undo this. Now, whether this will get a little bit easier over time and it loosens up a bit, I don't know, but I'm a little bit worried because it's that kind of hard plastic that I think might sort of crack quite easily, and it's quite to get that off. Yeah, you've got to bend that back up again there. So I don't know if they might come up with a slightly better clip feature there. It would almost seem better if that clip was on the other side, because you could get your finger under there a lot easier than under there. But that's a minor negative. For all the positives of it, that really shouldn't put you off, I don't think. As it comes with a cool little bag that you can keep it in and keep it dry, or let it sort of dry out in this sort of mesh bag. So there we go, that's my review of this Easybreath mask, and I thought it's absolutely fantastic. So if this has been help to you and you go out and buy one of these and you think the video was good, then give us a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And if you want to watch any of my other videos, subscribe. You know the usual deal for YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Rob. Thanks for watching my channel, and hope to see you on the next video. Okay, bye.